Hello and welcome to another update. I am here with my thermos mug full of tea. It's a Monday morning and I wanted to own up to something that I've been thinking about for the last few days, as in I'm recording this at the beginning of March. And it's that I keep calling what I do a business. And I'm registered for self-assessment, so from a legal point of view, it is effectively a business. I do my self-assessment every year, but it isn't a business. What I do is not a business. And I will demonstrate that very simply in two graphs. So here is a graph of all my income streams for 2024. And this one is where my business sits within that. So it's not really a significant income. It doesn't cost me much to run because I run it from home. I'm already paying the rent on that. I need to pay for my Shopify website, and I pay a few fees on that if I sell abroad, and I pay fees to Etsy. But it earns enough to pay for itself. So it's not costing me money to keep going, but it is not a business. I suppose it comes under the bracket of all the other things I do, which is a side hustle, and you would probably call it a micro side hustle. If I took away the income that's made from what I do in here, it probably wouldn't make an enormous difference to my income and my financial well-being at the moment. And I've definitely seen the downturn over the last 4 or 5 years of that. And as it has got worse, I've had to find other ways to make money. And that's why I have a graph with so many things on it, is because I'm always looking for simple, easy ways to bolster my income whilst retaining my vaguely autonomous status of not having to go back to full-time work, which is the absolute last thing I want to have to do. So that is the truth. That is me admitting to a little bit of a lie, I suppose, that I've been perpetuating probably for the last 3 or 4 years, which is that this business is not a business. It's a side hustle. It's a hobby. And because it has taken such a downturn, I am losing enthusiasm for it. As you would. If you're doing a job that doesn't pay enough to pay your bills, you will lose enthusiasm to do it, to enjoy it, because it's not giving back what it's supposed to give back. And I know there's the creative aspect of it, and I need that creativity. And with all the other things that I do, it's nice to have this breakout space where I can make things and do things, but I need to tip the balance a little bit. So I'm thinking about, can I downsize the business? Now that's not going to make any difference to where I live. This room is surplus to my day-to-day personal living requirements. I don't need this room to be anything else. But there's a lot of stuff here that just isn't selling because of the way things are at the moment. And I've thought about having a flash sale on certain items that I want to whittle down. And by that I mean the clothing, which you can see here. I have 2 rails of clothing here, and if you go to my website, you will see lots of clothing items on there. And that's the stuff that is predominantly not selling and I need to sell. So I'm wondering about I never do sales, because if people only want to buy from you when your stuff is cheap, then that kind of ruins the whole point of what your business needs to be. And that's how businesses and brands go under. When you discount, you are selling the item for less than it cost you to make, and therefore you are running at a loss. But some of this stuff now I feel like needs to go. I would like to create a bit more space, and I'm wondering about doing a flash sale on my website. I've never done one before, so I'm thinking about maybe promoting, say, a 2-day flash sale on the clothing, and maybe doing like a 50% drop for only for 2 days with code whatever, and just see if I can shift any of it. It will be for less than I want for it. But again, given how much my business now costs to run, almost anything is profit now, because I don't really recall how much those things cost me to make now. A lot of them were made before, well, some of them were made before I moved here, so I had my studio in town then, so I would have to factor in things like rent and electricity on top of that. But it's hard to pick apart which items were made then, because a lot of it has been made since I've moved, because obviously I moved my business 7 years ago. So I think that just doing a major discount for a couple of days, see if it works, and just see if I can shift some things. That would be ideal. So I'm going to investigate how to do a good flash sale. I'm going to look at how I can make that work, and how I can promote it so that enough people know about it for it to be a flash sale. Because the whole point isn't that I want to discount for months and months and months and see who turns up. I want people to come along on the days that the sale will be there and buy stuff. So that's possibly my plan. I'm going to research that. I'm going to look at how I could do that effectively, see if we can shift anything. If it works, maybe towards the end of the year I'll do another one, but it depends. I might not sell anything at all. It's all in the lap of the gods, and I hate doing sales. You shouldn't have to do sales, particularly if you're a small company where every penny counts in your profit margins. But I feel like I can't make any new stuff because I have all this old stuff still to shift, and it needs to go. And I don't make based on trends or anything like that. The stuff that I make is designed to be relatively timeless. It is designed to be worn for multiple events. I don't make things that are supposed to be worn once and got rid of. That is not the ethos of what I do. I would want you to keep a dress for years and pull it out for multiple special events over the course of your life whilst you still feel happy about wearing that particular piece. And that's what I do. I mean, all the clothes that I own, I've owned for years, and I keep wearing stuff until it falls apart. But I know a lot of people don't work like that. However, there are lots of people that would like to hang on to the stuff they really love. So I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to research it, investigate it, and then I will talk about it a bit more, and then look at how I'm going to do my promotion, and then schedule whenever this sale is going to be. So I think that's a plan I have made. And yeah, I think that might be a small plan. I have so much stuff here. I would really like to have less stuff here. I would like to make some room, either so that I can make more stuff, maybe, probably, but also so that I feel I'm doing something more positive, because nothing is shifting at the moment. It's really, really tricky. And it's not good for my motivation or my enthusiasm, my creativity to be coming into this room and not be packing stuff up for sales because nothing is selling. It's a tough market out there, and I know I'm supposed to be doing this looking on the positive side and all that sort of thing, but it is tough. It is so tough right now, and I'm looking for those ways I can turn that into a positive. So this is what I'm going to work on at the moment. If you've ever done one of these before, maybe you have experience of it as either a seller or as a buyer, let me know. Be interested to hear what you have to say in the comments. And I'm going to go away and do my research so that I can plan this as best as I can as someone who's never done a sale before. So that's my little update. My business is not a business, and I've got to stop calling it a business because it isn't. From a financial perspective, it really isn't. And I think that's what really counts at the moment when, every penny counts. So that's my update. Do comment, like, whatever. And if you've got any ideas, or there are other videos you think I should be watching, or websites I should be looking at where they do this, and that gives me some ideas, that will be fantastic. And I'm going to go away and put my research hat on. So thank you for watching this. Life is tough right now, but we're hanging in there. All my other little income streams mean that the roof is still over my head, the food is still on the table, the bills are paid. Spring is nearly here. Not far to go. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.